welcome back to my channel. My name is Mackenzie and this is Mac in Action. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe below and don't forget to like this video if you want to see more like it. Today is part 3 of my October reset and we are going to be talking about the content corner. The content corner is where I share with you the books that I read, audiobooks I listened to, movies I watched, and TV shows that I'm into right now. I love to hear what you guys are also listening to, watching, or reading. So please comment down below what you're reading right now, what you're watching, or a show you're loving, so maybe I can find something new too. I will also be sharing with you my current reads and current watches. I will share those at the end of the video. Let's start with books and audiobooks. So this month I actually only listened to 2 audiobooks and I didn't get any physical copies of books finished. So for my audiobooks, the first one that I finished was The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Now, this book had been recommended to me a lot and I have seen it all over social media, so I thought I'd give it a try because a lady at my church had suggested it to me and let me borrow her book. To be honest, I thought it was pretty good. It is historical fiction. It follows 2 different French one's a girl and one's a woman, during World War II. Now, if you really like historical fiction, you'll probably really enjoy this book. Historical fiction is okay to me. Like, I like it sometimes and then other times I'm like, So it's like a give or take with me. But I will say, for me, this book started very slow. I wasn't super into it at first, but as it progressed, I got a little more into it. But there were times in this book where the people who were like playing like the villains of the book made me so angry, as they should. One thing I will say about this book is that in this book, I would not read this book if you are uncomfortable reading a little bit about sexual assault, because I would say this book definitely would be a trigger warning for that. It is not super in-depth, but it did include some of that. Overall, I gave this book 4 stars out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Like I said, it was slow at first. It got a lot better. I ended up liking it at the end. I don't know. I don't think it necessarily lived up to the hype. I heard that this was like a life-changing book. I just saw a reel yesterday that said that that book was life-changing. I don't think it was life-changing, but it was a pretty good read. The other book that I listened to this month was called Joy in the Sorrow: How a Thriving Church and Its Pastor Learned to Suffer Well. And this book was written by Matt Chandler and members of his church. I also gave this book 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I thought this one was really good. It actually helped me a lot with some different trials that I'm going through in my own life, and each chapter was written by a different member of Matt Chandler's church, and then there was little excerpts from him and his wife in between about his battle with his tumor that he had. I thought that they covered a lot of different topics really well. They had people who were struggling to conceive. They had someone who had lupus. They had someone who didn't really get along with their parents. There was a lot of different trials, way more than what I just said, and they were all very interesting to read about and to see how they did suffer well and what they learned about God during those trials. I would highly recommend that book if you like Matt Chandler. That has probably been one of the better books of his that I've read. Now on to TV shows. I have been watching Big Brother season 26, and if you know me, you know that I'm a huge Big Brother fan, and this season has honestly been so good. However, I will say I think the majority of the better players got out of the game early on. Now, obviously you could argue and say, well, they got kicked out of the game, so how are they the better players? I just thought they were more entertaining, they were winning more competitions, and they were willing to do bigger and better moves. The people who are left in the game are honestly just kind of floating by, and there's one person whose game play is very low key. I think she has the best standing of winning because when she is the HOH, she sends home the person that the whole house wants, so she stays in the house's good graces. But then whenever someone that she's aligned with gets HOH, she controls their HOH and helps them get out a bigger threat to her game. that maybe they wouldn't have considered if she hadn't suggested it. All in all, it's been pretty good, and I'm very excited that we're getting closer to the end. We're in the jury house now, and I'm excited to see who wins. The next TV show that I've been watching is Only Murders in the Building. This is season 4, and so far it has been really interesting. I haven't had any moments where I'm like, yeah, but it is very interesting, and I like that they're following the last person who was murdered from the previous season. So I like that they ended on a cliffhanger and that they're now following that along. And I think that this season is a lot funnier than the other seasons. So it is somewhat of a comedy, but it's also kind of a thriller. I think the past seasons were more thriller, but this season is a little more comedy. I'm sensing a little more comedy from this season, and I love Selena Gomez. I think she does a fantastic job, as well as all the other actors in this show, and it is always crazy to me what big name actors they get to play in their show. Now we're gonna talk about movies, and Robbie and I have been doing fall movie nights for the majority of the night this fall. We don't watch a movie every night, and sometimes we'll watch part of a movie and then finish it later, but I thought that I could share with you my ratings and reviews of those movies in this content corner video. So at the beginning of the fall, Robbie and I made a huge fall movie list. These can be scary movies, though we don't really like scary movies, so there's not as many of those. This can be just your classic Halloween movies or movies that just give fall vibes. I have that huge list. If you'd like to see it, I'll put it right here or right here. And I will also share with you the ones that we've already watched and give you a review on them. So the first one we watched, I had never seen before, and I heard that it was a classic fall movie, and that was Practical Magic with Sandra Bullock. And I thought that movie was just not good, to be honest. I was very excited because I was like, ooh, I'm getting this fall vibe. Like, we all know that song that's on the back of the reels. That movie was all over the place. The plot was all over the place. It didn't even make sense. Like, one minute it was like cute fall vibes, the other minute it's like horror and they're having to do an exorcism, and I'm just like, what is going on? It was just a little too wild for me. I thought it could have been very good, but it just wasn't that good. I would give that movie yeah, I'm looking at Robbie over there. He was shaking his head no. And we give that movie a 2 out of 10. Like, not even out of 5. A 2 out of 10. The other movie that we started and just did not finish, we were not on a good start here with these fall movies, was Edward Scissorhands. We had never seen it. One thing I will say is the art in the movie. So like the costume, the camera, all of that, I can appreciate. Okay, I can appreciate that. That was solid, but the movie itself, the plot, the script, everything, it was just not our cup of tea. It was awkward and weird, and that's just not what we like to watch in our movies. So I would give that one, for me, we didn't even finish it, I'd give that a 1 out of 10. Robbie, do you agree? 1 out of 10? Yeah, sorry if you love Edward Scissorhands. Maybe you can explain to me the appeal. Maybe you can explain to me the appeal of it. Now, these next movies have lasted us quite a while, and we actually just finished them this weekend, but we had watched the Harry Potter movies. I love Harry Potter. I love the books, and the movies are so, so good. So I would rate these, all of them, 10 out of 10. My favorites are Prisoner of Azkaban and The Goblet of Fire. Those are my favorite books and my favorite movies. But I will say, when Dobby comes back in Deathly Hallows Part 1, I think it was, that one is up there just because I love Dobby, and just rest in peace, Dobby, you know? So those are the movies that we've watched so far this fall and our ratings that we would give them. Let me know any movies that you love to watch in fall. We have a lot on our list, but we'd love to add more. So comment down below what your favorite movie is to watch during the fall time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my content corner for my October reset. This concludes my October reset. We had 3 parts. I'll link the other 2 parts down below. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching my videos. It really means a lot to me. Hope you have a great day. Bye.